We all wanted to hear Bill Goldberg's retirement speech, but instead WWE decided to give us their quarterback, and they completely fumbled the ball. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. We've got some fallout from WWE Saturday night's main event. We all wanted Goldberg, but instead what we got after the show went off the air was Cody Rhodes. Cuck Rhodes coming out to basically just try and put Goldberg over, steal the spotlight, try and talk about a guy that is 100 times just more important to the wrestling business than Cody Rhodes could ever be. And do we really need to hear from Cody Rhodes? Do we really need to have Cody Rhodes put over Goldberg? Why can't Goldberg put himself over? Or why can't somebody who's relevant, somebody who worked with Goldberg in WCW or in his run during WWE, or even in the current last whatever years, why couldn't we get a legend come out and even talk about Goldberg if necessary? But no, we get Cody Rhodes because unfortunately WWE just have to shove him down our throat every single chance they get, and it's sickening. And Goldberg's retirement speech was shocking. It was cut off after 10 seconds. Goldberg's retirement speech was the average length of a Goldberg match. It lasted 10 seconds and then the screen faded to black. Very, very disappointing. But we'll also hear from the Seth Rollins situation, his injury, which is legitimate. There's been a SummerSlam match made official, and Kelly is refusing to do Evolution 2. So yeah, got a little bit to talk about here after the fallout from Saturday night's main event. But yeah, let's start with the Goldberg retirement speech. So he comes out. Well, he doesn't come out. He finishes his match. It was awful. So we get the entrances. Well, we get a commercial break. Then we get the Goldberg and Gunther entrances. Then they go to another commercial break. Then the match starts. Then they go to another commercial break. Then Gunther wins. And then they go to another commercial break. And then they come back. And Michael Cole's in the ring with Goldberg's family. And he gives Michael Cole gives Goldberg the mic. And then, 10 seconds later, the screen fades to black. What the fuck? Why did they have to go to a commercial break after the match? Why couldn't they just have Goldberg cut the speech then? If they knew they were rushed for time, don't go to the commercial break. That's embarrassing. All these Saturday night main events suck. There's way too many commercial breaks. But anyway, we don't know what Goldberg said because it got cut off after 10 seconds. But then we hear from the American Nightmare. So Cody Rhodes comes out after Goldberg is gone, and he basically tells the crowd to give it up to Bill Goldberg for having a legendary career. Cody Rhodes said the following. He said, quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Bill Goldberg. He's been a world champion, Hall of Famer, wrestling royalty. I was down the street in the Georgia Dome when he hoisted up Hulk Hogan. I saw it myself. It was magic. Tonight, each and every one of us got to see it again. It was magic once again. Thank you very, very much. I want to thank you on behalf of the entire WWE locker room for everything that you've ever done. You made the table so that we can eat on this day. Thank you so much. You're not just wrestling royalty though. You're Georgia royalty. You're Atlanta royalty. If this is it, the chant that thousands of people, arenas all over the world, millions watching at home, that has filled up every single arena, I'd love to hear it one more time." End of quote. And then he tried to get the fans to chant Goldberg, Goldberg. But it's just so fucking lame. It's just so unorganic. Why can't Goldberg just have his retirement speech? And I'm sure the crowd would chant Goldberg all the same. I mean, they're in Atlanta. They're in Goldberg's hometown. The crowd love Goldberg. They don't need Cody Rhodes to come out and try and put Goldberg over. They don't need Cody Rhodes to come out and convince the fans to... It's not like Goldberg was getting booed and they have to send Cody out to save the situation. And Goldberg was going to get cheered no matter what. But they send Cody Rhodes out to try and have him, mix with Goldberg, and it's almost to try and put Cody Rhodes over, isn't it? It's almost to try and get the Goldberg rub on Cody Rhodes. Yeah, really is embarrassing. Just no need for Cody Rhodes to be there. And if they really wanted to send they can't send Roman Reigns out because that guy's a bum who never shows up. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's... What about Triple H? Look at Triple H. The guy comes out... I know he's already buried Goldberg in 2003, but, this fucking loser... He takes centre stage whenever he's announcing an attendance or whenever he's just got some news. He wants to come out, I'm the gamer, and he's always ready to put the focus on him, the attention on him. Why doesn't he actually come out and say something nice about Goldberg? Yeah, see this guy who made a bigger impact on the business than me. He's a legend. I mean, you could have Triple H do it, but I guess he doesn't care. What about The Rock, Mr. TKO? What about Big Dwayne? Why couldn't he come out and put Goldberg over? Guy that beat him at Backlash 2003. Good match there. Could have put him over, but now we get Cody fucking Rhodes. Anyone pretending that Goldberg didn't need Cody Rhodes, and he didn't deserve to have Cody Rhodes come out, because it's just Cody Rhodes sucks, alright? I feel bad for Goldberg. Gets a shite retirement speech, and then gets Cody Rhodes coming out, trying to put himself over by using Goldberg's crowd, and oh, you guys like Goldberg, so I'm going to kiss up to the Goldberg, and I'm going to kiss up to the crowd, and you guys can cheer me too. What a load of fucking shite. Anyway, let's talk about Seth freaking Rollins then, because obviously he had that match against LA Knight, didn't go according to plan. Mike Johnson of PWInsider.com has noted the following about the finish. He said, quote, "We are told by WWE sources that Seth Rollins was originally set to defeat LA Knight on tonight's edition of WWE Saturday Night's Main Event. Knight winning was a last-second call to end the bout after Rollins tweaked his knee. There is no word yet on the severity, but all signs are the Rollins injury tonight was legitimate." End of quote. And then we had Twitter account WrestleFotes note the following, quote, "The sense from a source just now is the Seth Rollins injury is legit. Video footage has emerged of Rollins yelling fuck as he was helped out of the ringside area by officials." End of quote. I mean, this is so obvious. People are just dumbasses. Of course it's a legit injury. If this was a kayfabe injury, or if this was a pretend injury and people were saying, oh, it was pretend to have Rollins cash in on the winner tonight, cash in his Money in the Bank. I mean, first of all, Goldberg was never winning the title, so Rollins was never going to cash in on Goldberg. Second of all, if it was a kayfabe injury, they would show that. He would have worked with the kayfabe injury. They would have focused on the knee. What they did was, literally, he sat at ringside for a couple of minutes and then got up, struggled into the middle of the ring just to get hit with LA Knight's finisher. I mean, it was quite clear that Seth Rollins was legitimately injured, and that he tried his best just to get in a position to finish the match. Obviously, this was not a kayfabe injury, but some people are just retarded, and it's almost like they want to try and feel like they're more important, feel like they're part of the show, or feel like they work there. They just want to feel like, oh, we're more knowledgeable, so we're going to make up some shit that this could potentially be a kayfabe injury. No, it's not a kayfabe injury. If it was a fucking kayfabe injury, then the commentators would be focusing on the injury. They would be working that in with the story, and you would see Seth Rollins continuing the match with his leg, or something along those lines, or he wouldn't be. If it was a kayfabe injury, he just wouldn't continue the match altogether. But the fact that you could see him struggling to get up just to complete the move and get the 1, 2, 3 just shows you that he legitimately was hurt, but made the most of it and tried to get the match over and done with. So I mean, quite clearly a legitimate injury, but whatever. Congratulations, I guess, to Seth for at least finishing the match. And not that it's not like he did a Triple H job where his leg is literally fucking hanging on. We don't know the extent of the injury, but at least he, fair play to him. At least he got up and took LA Knight's finish. Unlike that, loser Sin Cara, who had the broken finger and he literally just held up the X and that was it. He didn't continue. That was embarrassing. I'll give Seth Rollins a little bit of credit. At least he continued. But yeah, this is an injury. And regarding the briefcase, what's going to happen? Some people saying that they should have another match for it, which ain't going to happen. That's dumb. Some people saying that, it should go to Braun Breaker, or it should go to Bronson Reed, or one of them should be able to use it. I mean, that could happen. But the briefcase, you've got a full year to cash it in. I highly doubt Seth Rollins is going to be out for a full year. So I would imagine nothing will happen. Seth Rollins will be sidelined and he'll keep possession of the briefcase and he'll probably use it when he comes back. There you go. Might actually work out better. Because instead of us getting all these fake, phony, is he going to cash in bullshit every week, at least that takes the Money in the Bank briefcase away from the show. And now when Seth Rollins does return, and when he does cash in the briefcase, if he does it out of nowhere, then it's actually going to be a bit of a shock and a surprise. So it might actually be better for the briefcase and the cash-in scenario. So yeah, good for him. Right, what else have we got? Jelly Roll. So Randy Orton cried like a little bitch because Jelly Roll got injured, and then it was made official for SummerSlam. It's going to be Randy Orton and Jelly Roll taking on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. So that match is going to happen at SummerSlam. If you want to see it, then good luck. I mean, fair play to you. But Jelly Roll is going to fucking suck. And finally, Kelly's decided that she isn't going to do Evolution because apparently WWE wanted her to sit at ringside and she didn't want to do that. So this is what she said. She said, quote, "Thank you, love. I was so honoured to be invited to Evolution 2 to sit in the crowd. It just didn't feel like the right way to come back. I'll always be proud to have been part of the first. My heart is with every woman in that ring tomorrow. I'll be back when the time's right." End of quote. So, yeah, I guess she wanted to be a part of the show and actually compete. WWE looks like they didn't have a place for her. I'm sure they could have stuck her in the Battle Royal, but for whatever reason, that's not the case. And maybe Kelly thinks she's got more to offer than just sitting at ringside. Maybe she doesn't want to sit at ringside among WWE fans. Certainly wouldn't blame her for that. So, yeah, Kelly, Evolution 2 not happening. Doesn't really matter. This pay-per-view is going to be a bit of a disaster anyway, with or without Kelly. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to make any difference at all. But that's it, guys. There's your WWE Saturday Night Main Event Fallout. Goldberg retires. Cody Rhodes comes out and cuts a promo for whatever fucking reason. And the Seth Rollins injury is legit. So make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you for more videos. But yeah, tough weekend so far. 3 wrestling shows, 1 more to go. It's a shitload of wrestling. And then you factor in also Monday Night Raw, NXT, Dynamite, SmackDown. Just way too many hours of wrestling this week. And it's burning out, man. Especially the heat as well. Fucking tough time. It's a tough time to be a wrestling fan. You have to watch this shit, and there's like so much of it. You know, if the wrestling was good, then it would be a little bit easier to watch. But we're getting like 30, 40 hours of shite every, this week. It's tough. Anyway, till next time, guys. Peace.